Hello, my name is Tiffany Gibson, and I am a clinical library intern with the University of Louisville Kornhauser Health Sciences Library. Today I will be showing you how to set up an interlibrary loan account as a first-time user with Kornhauser Library. I'll also briefly show you how to request items through this service. Now let's start with an overview of interlibrary loan. As a first-year student, you may find that Kornhauser Library offers many items available online, whether they are full-text PDF articles or ebooks. As a student, you will have access to these things. Now, in your researching, you may find that some things aren't available through the catalog, and this is where interlibrary loan will come in. This service is also known as ILL, and it involves requesting loans, like articles and books, from institutions around the world. As a student at the University of Louisville, this service is free to you. All it requires is that you create an account to get started, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Before you create an account, the first thing you'll have to do is go to www.louisville.edu. Once you get to this site, you want to click on Libraries. Again, you'll see that you are in University of Libraries homepage. Now if you click here, you notice there's a drop down with several different libraries. University Libraries is made up of a system of all of these libraries listed here. The main place where you can request from is Ekstrom Library and Kornhauser Library. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be requesting from Kornhauser Library, but it's important to note that if you would like to request fiction or nonfiction items or leisure reading material or media, you can do that through Ekstrom Library. It will require you to create a separate interlibrary loan account, but the same steps that I'm showing you today will apply for doing that as well. But again, for the purposes of this video, since we're talking about Kornhauser's library services, what we're going to do is click here on Kornhauser Health Sciences Library. Once you get to Kornhauser Library Health Sciences page, you're going to click on Connect from Home. This is a very important step because connecting from home will give you the same level of access that you have if you were in the library or if you were on campus. It's important to know that if you're on campus, you're hardwired in, means you have the same access that librarians have when researching materials. But if you're off campus, out of the country, out of town, connecting from home is the best way to get that access. You'll want to use your ULeak login and password to get onto the site. As you can see, mine is already generated here, so I'm just going to click Login. You'll know you're connected because you'll see this message. You are now logged in for remote access to library resources. So once you've done that, you want to go down here back to Libraries and click on Kornhauser Health Sciences Library again. You want to click here, Request a Book and Article. Now, my interlibrary loan account is already populated here because I request items a lot. But for this demonstration, again, we're talking about how to register as a first-time user. So what we're going to do is click here for first-time users. It's going to give you a little bit of information about registering for your account, about your username and password, and important copyright information, and then just some frequently asked questions. Once you've read all this information, you can click first-time users and go on to the next page. I do want to point out that when you do your username and password, we tell you that it does not have to be the same as your ULink, but that may in fact help you remember it to keep it similar. So if you like to use a similar username and password as you do for the rest of your U of L accounts, that might be a good idea just to help you remember that. So we're going to click on to advance to the next screen. Here you'll see new user registration for ILL. Everywhere that is marked with a red asterisk, you're going to want to fill in that information. And you see there's a lot to put in here. You have to do your name, your email address, your phone number, your address, and your status, and all that information you want to put in these required fields. It's going to be very important because you will not be able to proceed to the next screen unless you do that. Once you filled in everything marked with a red asterisk, you're going to submit the information. This is going to take you to another page. It's going to ask you for account information. Now, we usually don't require this for students. Interlibrary loan is also useful to law firms, and sometimes we do allow loans to go out to community users. In this case, they'll have to pay for their loans, so this page requires them to put in that card information and account number information, but as a student, you will not need to fill in that information. Now, what you may have to do is on the field that says account, you will probably want to fill that with some generic numbers, but they do not mean anything, they do not correspond to anything, but you'll have to put something there in order for the screen to move on. So once you've done that, your account will be created, and I'll show you what kind of screen you'll get to next. So let's just go back a page. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and if you were created your account successfully, you'll already see this screen. You won't have to log in again. you'll see this screen. And here you have some options. You can do a new request, and you'll see you have many options of things to request here. Or you can do a new document delivery request, which is an article. I will tell you that the most popular requests are for books, book chapters, and articles. Now, very quickly, I'll show you how to walk through these requests. I'm not going to do all of them, just one of them, because they're pretty much all similar. So you'll see you want to describe the item. Now, even though only a few of these fields have asterisk marks by them, I can tell you that the more information you provide in these fields, the better. It's very, very important that you know what type of article you're requesting so that you won't confuse the staff when they're trying to fulfill your request. So, if you're looking for an article, you probably don't want to try to fill a book request because it makes it more confusing. But if you're requesting an article, what you want to do is you want to provide the journal title, the year, the pages, the article title, and the needed by. So if you're in a rush and you need this tomorrow, you would want to change that date to reflect that request. Also, sometimes our articles come in other languages other than English. If that is or is not a problem for you, you want to indicate that here. And then also in the notes field, if there's anything else that you want to add that you feel as though that the staff member should know, you want to let that be known here. But again, although these other fields are not required, as much information as you can provide in those fields is very, very important. Once you've done that, you'll go to this next screen. This is the outstanding request screen. Now, I don't have anything here because I haven't requested anything lately. But you'll see here, it'll have your transaction number, which is a very important 6-digit number that you'll want to have in order to kind of reflect on your request again. If you have any questions about it, that's your number of reference, it's your transaction number. The type just refers to whether it's a book, article, book chapter, media. The title is, of course, the title of the material. Author is the author material. And status is where you'll see if it's awaiting copyright clearance or if it's been completed or if it's been canceled. You'll see information like that here. Now, I will click on my electronic request just so you can see how that would generate in this field. When you're in the outstanding request, you will have the option while your article or your item is still pending. If my article is still pending now, this number will be highlighted like it is here, and you will be able to edit it. Of course, I can't do that now because it's already been filled, but while it's pending, if you need to go back and edit it or cancel it, that's how you would do so. You click on this highlighted number, and then you would go ahead and cancel that item. Okay, now that you've successfully created your account as an interlibrary loan user with Kornhauser, and you've requested a few items, maybe they're articles or books or book chapters, now you may want to know, how do I access that request? Well, you'll first want to start by waiting to receive an email from the interlibrary loan staff to let you know that your item is available. I'll talk more about picking up an ILL book in just a moment, because there is a different process for retrieving your completed article or book chapter. Now, to access those PDF items, you want to follow the link in your completed email. That link will take you directly to your ILL account, where you will need to log into your account. Then you'll want to click View Next to the transaction number. Clicking the View link will open a PDF of your items. The first page of your request is just another receipt of your request. It shows the citation number, transaction information, and request information from your item. Once your document is open, you have the option of saving it as a PDF to your computer or printing the item for your use. Now let's talk about picking up an interlibrary loan book. Just as with your requested article or book chapter, you will also receive an email when your requested book is ready for pickup. To pick up your book, simply visit the circulation desk on the second floor of Kornhauser Library, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. or Saturday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. All you need to do is tell the staff member at the desk that you have an ILL book on hold. They will ask for your name, and they may also ask for your U of L ID, so be sure to have that handy just in case. The staff member will tell you when your book is due back and if it is available for renewals. All this information is also available on the reg tag, which is seen here. This tag cannot be removed from the book. If it should happen to tear, you must make sure that it is at least returned with the item. You can do this by stuffing the tag on the inside cover of the book. No matter what, the tag and the book must come back together. This will save you from any lost or charges incurred from a damaged item or lost book, because the ILL staff will need to have this as a record that you returned your item and that it goes back to the lending library. Now, if you have any problems with your interlibrary loan account, there's a few things you can do. The first thing you can do is contact the ILL staff if you have issues with the request or if you have issues accessing your account. You can do so by visiting them on the third floor of Kornhauser Library in rooms 312 and 313. Their office hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Their phone number is 502-852-5769, and their email is listed here as kornill@louisville.edu. The staff is more than happy to answer your questions with your account and with your request, so if you do have questions, please feel free to call them. I want to thank you for viewing this instructional video on creating an ILL account as a first-time user with Kornhauser Health Sciences Library. If you have more questions or concerns about this video, please feel free to contact me at tagips01@louisville.edu. Be on the lookout for more advanced videos coming soon, including requesting books on ILL using WorldCat with auto-population, requesting articles with Journal Finder, requesting articles using the Find It at U of L button with other databases, and when to request with ILL. Continue to check with this blog for those advanced instructional videos. Thanks again for watching.